Hello and welcome to the Unseen Wisdom. So you've probably seen the news recently, and that's really what we wanted to talk about today. We're doing a deep dive into the life and, well, the legacy of the South African actor Presley Twentyagi. It's just incredibly sad news. He passed away so suddenly at only 40. You'll almost certainly know him from his amazing performance in Tsotsi, the Oscar-winning film, and also, of course, as Cobra in the River, that hugely popular TV series. It's such a shock, really. So today we want to kind of explore the impact he had, drawing on what's been shared in those news reports.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a huge loss. Presley Twentyage's career, even though it was cut short, it really did leave a big mark. And the news coverage, it does highlight that whole journey, doesn't it? From, a young kid starting out to becoming this international name. It's definitely worth digging into the key moments and relationships that shaped him.
Okay, so let's start maybe right at the beginning. It looks like his passion for acting started really early, like age 10.
Yeah.
With drama classes.
Yeah.
That was at the Northwest Arts Council, right?
Yeah.
And that seems to be where he met some key people.
That's right. The reports really emphasize the mentorship he got early on, especially from Aubrey Sakabi. Sakabi was the district director at the State Theater back then, and he knew Presley from that young age, clearly saw something special. Sakabi was also artistic director of the Northwest Arts Drama Company. He remembers Presley in his very first play, Jack in the Box. And he talks about just this raw talent, this real love for the arts that Presley had. He even described their bond as being like brothers, which, tells you a lot about how invested Sakabi was.
Wow, like brothers. That really paints a picture, doesn't it? A very supportive environment. And the news mentioned Presley eventually moved to Pretoria, specifically to work at the State Theater under Sakabi's guidance. It wasn't just professional either. Sakabi was close to Presley's mother, too. It seems like a really strong connection.
Oh, definitely. And what really stands out is how long they worked together. 30 years collaborating. That's quite something. The news reports mentioned several plays, Silent Voice, Cured. They even went to international festivals together, Edinburgh, Seagal. And think about this, their last performance together was apparently just last November for a TV launch. Presley performed a bit from Silent Voice. It just shows how deep that connection ran right to the end.
30 years. That's incredible. It makes you think how much that early guidance must have influenced his whole approach. Now, for a lot of people listening, Presley Twentyaga's Tsotsi, that film was just massive, wasn't it? It put him on the world stage.
It really did, yeah. His portrayal of that young gangster, it was so central to the film's power. And then, boom, it wins the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film in 2006. International fame, almost overnight. It's interesting, though, how does playing such an intense role so young affect where you go next?
Yeah, and also, reading the reports, it seems, during the filming of Tsotsi, he was actually studying at TUT, Trevine University of Technology. Imagine juggling that. A huge film role in university studies. Must have been, well, intense.
It says a lot about his drive, his work ethic.
Yeah.
Definitely. And despite that huge success, the fame from Tsotsi, what keeps coming up in the reports is his humility. How he stayed grounded. He apparently always acknowledged where he came from, his training, gave credit to Sakabi, the State Theater. That makes you appreciate how important those early foundations are, especially when success hits hard and fast.
It sounds like the State Theater wasn't just a starting point for him. It meant more. He actually called it home, didn't he? Even when he was, a big star. Why do you think it stayed so important?
Well, I think it probably represented that sense of belonging, right? Where his passion was first really nurtured, maybe in an industry that can feel quite unstable. Having that kind of home base gave him stability, community. It does make you think about how vital these regional arts places are, fostering talent that goes on to do big things.
Absolutely. And beyond Tsotsi, the reports also mention his versatility. He won 2 SAFTA Best Actor awards, so he definitely wasn't just a one-hit wonder, so to speak.
No, not at all. Winning those awards 2019 and then again just this year, 2024, that really underlines his continued impact in South Africa. And then there's Cobra, his role in The River. So popular. Popular enough that they gave the character his own spin-off show, Cabrizi.
Yeah.
That tells you how much people connected with Cobra.
Yeah, Cobra was huge.
Yeah.
What do you think it was about that character? I
on
think
at
maybe
the
he
age
just
of
brought
40. Those that
this
are
raw
making a
energy
reflection
and
and just
authenticity.
remembering,
There's actually
there's,
touching
like you
story in the
indicated,
news from
Tsotsi,
Aubrey
the river,
Sakabi.
and recently
He
with
saw
the
Presley
Kobrizi
just
show
days before
that
he
was,
passed away.
for
Presley
him,
just turned up at the State
they're
Theater,
remembering
didn't even
him
have a ticket,
with some
totally
of
down
the
to earth.
terms that he
And the staff there
used
just showed
to
him so
make,
much love and
things
respect.
like
It says a lot about
now
who he
it's
was,
massive,
Oh,
among others. But
yeah, that's
you can
really
tell,
telling,
the
that
shock,
kind of
Iman,
And Sakabi
with
remembers his
regards to
farewell
those
that
that
day,
are
basically
in
saying, "I love you
Mahikeng,
guys,
where
I love you so
he
much."
grew up,
It just really hits home
finding
the
those
warmth
news.
of
But I'm
that
going to just speak
connection
to some
me.
residents
Looking
here
back,
of
I mean, he was only
Ramasadi
40.
to get a
But
reaction.
what a
Thank you so much
legacy
and
he
welcome to
created
Newsroom Africa.
already.
Sad news that we are
Sakabi's point
receiving
about him showing
this
that
time
it
about
doesn't
the
matter
passing
where you
of
come from,
Presley
the villages in
Chonyachai.
Mahikeng, you can achieve your dreams. That's powerful.
Okay,
It
hi.
really is a very
I'm,
powerful
I'm, I'm
message.
also
And
shocked
the reports also
from
mention his
hearing
family, the
the
trust he
news
set up
this
for his
morning
kids. He was
of
clearly devoted
Presley
to them.
passing on.
And this other
It's a
thing,
great loss for the
Sakabi
country
recalled
indeed,
Presley often
and
talking
obviously
about love. The importance
my
of
words
loving
on
each
my
other.
side is I'll remember
It's a
him
lovely
from the
thought.
roles that he played,
You can
especially
really feel
Tsotsi,
the shock and
where he
sadness in
won the Oscar
reading
for the
the
country,
reactions from
and
the
obviously
residents there.
the
He
role that
clearly
he
felt such
played
pride
also
in having
on
such
the
a
river
connection.
and the
Yeah, they
latest show
remember
that
his
he
role
had,
so
Kobrizi.
vividly.
And
Tsotsi
obviously,
Cobra, recalling Cobra's
remembering
catchphrases
him
like now.
using
Yeah.
He had this real
massive
sense of
words
pride, like he was one of theirs who made
on
it big.
television,
An
and obviously
inspiration,
making
especially for young
Tswana
people
fashionable
there.
like he
Someone
always
even
did.
said he helped
So
make
it's
the
a great
Northwest
loss for
fashionable,
Mahikeng as
which
a
is,
whole.
an interesting
And you
take
also
on his
talking
character.
about, him having
And
come
the news
to
also,
areas like
quite rightly,
Ramasadi,
mentions the
and
family needing
with
privacy
how
right now as they
that
come
also
together.
made you
Something we
guys
all need to
proud
respect, of
to
course.
see him
So,
flourishing in the
yeah.
manner in which he did.
When you look
Yeah,
back at
so I
Presley
mean
Chonyaga's life,
that also
just
gave us
a truly gifted actor, someone who
hope
clearly
for
touched a
young
lot of
people
people
here in
from those early
Mahikeng
days with
because
Sakabi to the global
he set an
stage
example.
with Tsotsi,
That's what I will say.
and then beloved roles like Cobra.
His name was
It was
just
quite a journey.
up there. So
Talent, dedication,
condolences
and
to the
that
family,
genuine
and I
connection
think
to his
that's it from
He
my
achieved
side.
so much, didn't he?
Yeah,
In
it's
what
sad.
turned out to be
It's
such a
indeed
short
sad.
time.
Thank you so
His
much for your
passing
time.
is
It's
a
indeed
huge
sad,
loss
Iman,
for South African entertainment
remembering
and, well, for
that,
everyone who enjoyed his
he
work.
has put the
The
Northwest
memories being
province on the
shared
map,
really
making
paint a
Setswana
picture of someone
fashionable.
quite
This is
special.
one of
He'll be
what
deeply
Mr.
missed.
Kaduka is
Yeah.
saying. But let me speak
His
to you,
story, it's a
Mary
reminder,
Kileng,
isn't it? About talent, about
your
mentorship, and just
reaction to
impact
the
one
passing
artist
of
can
Presley
have.
Chonyachai.
So to remember Presley Chonyagae
I'd like to
and,
first say
celebrate what he
it's a
gave
sad
us, we really encourage you
day
to
for
watch
us
his
in
work. Seek out
Mafeking.
his films,
We
his
honestly never thought
TV
it
shows.
would
It's a
happen
great way
so
to honor his
soon.
memory
You can't
and appreciate
predict
the time
life
he
at the end
shared.
of the day.
Thank you for joining us for this
We
deep
will
dive on
remember
unseen
him
wisdom.
though with
If you
the
found this
massive
conversation
words
meaningful,
that he
please
would
do
use
like, comment,
Kobrizi
and
Wali
subscribe. It helps
easy.
us bring you more
I
of
do
these
pray that
explorations.